OMJ Clothing is an elite men's clothing store that provides a vast array of spectacular brands of men's lifestyle apparel for every day. Elevate your business upscale casual at OMJ. Success comes from standing out.
Welcome to Dental Business Made Simple. Now, here's your host, Coach Matt Doherty.
Welcome to Dental Business Made Simple. I'm Matt Doherty, and I'll be your host. In the last few episodes, we talked about the organizational triangle with talent, systems, and culture, where culture is king. So last week, we talked about culture and the importance of culture. This week, I want to talk about systems and why they're important, especially as you scale. If you're a practice owner and you don't know your numbers, you don't own a business. So part of your system is, what are your numbers? What do you check? What do you measure? And if you don't manage that, you just have a job. So today I'm going to give you the single most important tool you need to run your practice like a CEO. It's a monthly scorecard. It's not 47 metrics. It's not a binder full of reports. It's just one page, 12 numbers, clarity. Let's get into it, okay? The big number, let's start where owners actually get paid. It's EBITDA. And if you've never heard of that number, you're in the right place. If you've heard of it, but you're not acting on it, you're in the right place. And if you know the number and you know your number, good for you, okay? So what does EBITDA stand for? Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. And in the future shows, we'll get a little bit deeper into that topic, but it's not about production. It's not about collections. It's not how busy you feel. It's EBITDA. Your target as a healthy practice should be at least 20-25% of revenue. If you're below 18%, something is structurally wrong. You might be overstaffed, underdiagnosing, poor systems, weak leadership. Here's the truth most dentists avoid. You do not sell revenue, you sell EBITDA. Let me repeat that. You don't sell revenue, you sell EBITDA. Private equity buys margin. So the first question, what was your EBITDA last month? And if you don't know this within 60 seconds, that's problem number one. You've got to know your numbers. That's a big part of the system, your KPIs. Now let's talk about the drivers. What actually moves EBITDA? There are 5 drivers. You fix these and your profit moves fast. Number 1, patient retention. What's your target? It should be 85 to 92%. And if you're leaking patients out the back door, you're pouring marketing dollars down the drain. Number 2, treatment completion. The target should be 80 to 90%. Diagnosed treatment sitting unscheduled is unrealized profit. Let me repeat that to you. Diagnosed treatment sitting unscheduled is unrealized profit. Number 3, hygiene reappointment rates. What is your target? Should be 85 to 90%. Hygiene is not cleaning teeth. Hygiene is your recurring revenue engine. Hygiene is your recurring revenue engine. And then number 4, case acceptance. Target 65 to 75%. If it's below 60%, that means trust is broken or your team cannot communicate value. All right, let me repeat that. Below 60%, trust is broken or your team can't close. They can't sell. Number 5, accounts receivable days. Under 30 is your goal. If your money is sitting in receivables, you're the bank, man. You're financing your patients. That is not smart. Here's the key. You do not fix 5 things at once. Each month, identify your single red metric. So color code them: red, yellow, green. And then those numbers pop off the sheet. It's a spreadsheet, simple spreadsheet. So your team sees it each week and they know which ones to attack, and attack the one number that jumps out the most for 30 days. All right, let's talk growth, because growth without margin is stress. Growth with margin, let me repeat that, 3, 2, 1. Growth with margin is freedom. New patients per provider. All right, that's a metric. Target 20 to 40. Revenue per provider, 90 to 130,000 per month for a full-time provider. I have a client who does 185 a month. He works his tail off, and his team is filling the chair. Revenue per chair, 180 to 250,000. Okay? Revenue per chair. If you're below that, you have a capacity or a scheduling problem. Now let's talk about average production per patient. A number that a lot of my clients use, 650 to 900, depending on your payer mix. If you're under 600, you're underdiagnosing or underpresenting. Don't guess, measure. What you measure gets managed. All right, culture check here. This is the silent killer. Staff turnover. It needs to be under 15% annually. If your turnover is high, your leadership is weak. Let's talk about Google ratings. 4.7 to 4.9. That should be your target. Your reputation drives new patient flow. Everybody looks at Google ratings now, whether you like it or not. Personally, I don't like it. All right, but it's what people do. Review participation. What's your number? Some of my clients use 8% of patients should leave reviews. All right. Personally, I'd like to see that number a little higher, but that's controllable. You can control the number of patients that leave reviews. You've got to make it easy for them. You need a system. Here's the uncomfortable question. Would you want to work in your own practice? Would you want your family to go to your practice and get their teeth worked on? See, your culture shows up in the numbers always. All right, let's talk a little bit about the traffic light system. This is how you simplify it. Green is on target, yellow within 5%, red outside 5%. If you have 0 to 2 reds, your organization is stable. 3 to 4 reds, your system might be breaking down. 5 or more reds, that's not a system issue, it's a leadership issue. All right, so here's the challenge. Before next month, pull your numbers, score yourself, then answer 3 questions. Where are you leaking profit? Where are you tolerating mediocrity? And what is the one move that would increase EBITDA fastest in the next 90 days? Not 10 moves, one move. Because focus beats intensity. Run your practice like a CEO. Know your numbers, because what gets measured gets managed. And what gets ignored gets expensive. See you next time on Dental Business Made Simple.